Good afternoon. We're here for the Jeff Knarr Coaches Show every Thursday, now at 1 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. Probably better for you viewers out there. We're here with head football coach Jeff Knarr. Coach, how are you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. How are you?
Fantastic. It's Thursday. It's not raining. Things are
It's
good.
a nice day here in the Bear.
For sure. So let's kick things off by recapping the game at Lebanon Valley this past weekend. It was our first big road test of the season, so kind of just talk about how the guys handled themselves in their first road game.
I thought we handled the road part, the logistics, and all that. That was real well. We played hard and physical. I think on both sides, especially on defense. Made a lot of things happen. Had a lot of hard hits. The one thing offensively, trying to find some things. Had a little spark with some quarterback run. Taco did a good job with that, but still trying to find our rhythm, offensively, and then see we have some big plays and and kind of they made more plays than us at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Let's start with a positive. You said a lot of great defensive pressure and intensity. And your defense forced 7 3-and-outs throughout the game. So kind of just talk about their pressure and consistency throughout.
Yeah, we wanted to get their quarterback is very explosive. He can run around and do a lot of things. We wanted to get after him, and we sacked him a bunch of times and got a bunch of pressures and hard hits on him to kind of alter his throws because he can he's a good runner, but he also throws the ball well. He's got two big receivers, and fortunately they made a couple of plays in the past game. I thought our defense matched the physicality because, like I said before, Lev Val is a physical football team on both sides of the ball. It's kind of what they pride themselves on, and I thought we definitely matched and brought the physicality to match theirs to the game from that deal.
Definitely. And earlier you mentioned Takoa coming in with a run game. He capped off a nice drive there in the second to put the points on the board. So kind of just talk about how he's able to come in and make that impact and then put together a great drive.
Yeah, he's just really, he's good with his feet. He's athletic. He can do a lot of different, roles, from there. And then, so we just able to, utilize his skill set to help us out there. And, he saw a couple holes, very nice runs. He can run hard and, lower his shoulder, not afraid to get the extra yards. And he hurled a defender to get it down into the goal line. So he's just always fighting and striving and pushing to try to, gain the extra yard. And then, had a couple nice, big runs. And then we were able to punch it in for from 5 yards out to get the one touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. And then down that stretch, we were trying to put some runs together, maybe try to get some more points on the board. But those 2 big interceptions late, kind of just talk about how we're going to make changes to that.
Yeah, we keep working. We always talk the turnovers, and right now we kind of are losing the turnover battle, and you do that, you're going to play from behind and struggle to get things going there. So we're working on making the reads and. The one there kid made a really nice play on the ball, and then the other one we kind of forced something that you can't force. You got to live to play the next down. So we constantly just keep reinforcing that and practicing those situations and showing the kids those things from from that standpoint, so that we can eliminate those things from there and continue to work, especially on defense, to try to create turnovers. They called the one an incomplete pass, but I thought it was a fumble. So we're kind of close to them, but we did get an interception from there. We got some more sacks than we had, so we're constantly working defensively to create the turnovers, and offensively, working really hard to limit them and have 100% ball security.
Definitely. Now switching gears to the preview for Alvernia this upcoming week. Alvernia comes into Saturday 0-4 and 0-2 in the MAC. So kind of just talk about. They also just came off a big loss at Wilkes. So Wilkes-Barre 2 weeks in a row, rough drive for the Golden Wolves there. But hey, we like it up here in Wilkes-Barre. So kind of just talk about what we should be looking forward to this weekend.
The running backs leads the conference in rushing, and then we've seen him and known him for a while. He's been here. When JD was leading the conference, he was second, and he's 122 yards, a game. He's a big downhill, runner. Their backup is very athletic as well. The quarterback, they like to run. They're a run kind of team, and they use all their guys to be able to run the football from there. So you got to worry about the quarterback, running and throwing, and the receivers have speed. They're athletic. They definitely have some good team speed, run around, and everything centers around, their big tailback from there. And then defensively, again, they're big up front, and they're physical up front, and they're very athletic in the second and third levels. 59, he's as good as they get as a linebacker, and then 12, he was an athletic corner. I think he's morphed his body into a safety, and he's got the length you want from a safety. He's athletic. He gets in the box. To make plays. They're, number 4 is an aggressive corner. They like to press and be physical. So they run around. They have good overall good team speed offensively, and defensively. And then just kind of, I think they've had, some injury bugs. I know their quarterback missed some time and different things that have hurt them in some opportunities. And then, watching their film in other games, kind of the ball, is kind of bouncing their opponent's way and maybe not their way, and a couple of bounces here or there, and the outcomes of games would have been a little different.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm a little goal oriented lately. I like checking things off my list. So kind of go through the quarters and kind of talk about what some of the goals you would want to see accomplished throughout the game. For
The one is we want to have kind of a consistent and a rhythm to our to our offense. Like last Saturday we kind of did well on first down, but not well on second down, and that put us in some bad third downs. And we're getting the third down way too many times, like 17 and a half times a game is a lot of third downs. Mm-hmm. So we have to cut that down from there, and continue to try to have balance running and throwing the ball offensively from there. And then defensively, I think we've improved from week to week to week, mm-hmm. and then just continue to not try to keep the ball in front of us and not give up that big play. Continue to get after the quarterback and then continue to do really a good job defending the run. I think we do a pretty good job with that, and we have a big test with that this Saturday, so that'll be huge to see how good we are at stopping the run. And then we pride ourselves to get on the field on third down, and we've been doing a really good job with that. I think we're second in the conference at that. So when we get on the third down, we got to be able to get off, and then if they get to fourth down and want to go, sometimes where I think we're 50% allowing them to stay on on the field, so we got to lower that number. So we got to be able to get off the field on third and fourth down, and then stay on the field offensively. And then our kick game, we've been winning the hidden yardage, and we got to be able to continue to do that, on Saturday as well, and not leave points on the field, which we've been doing the last couple of games in the kick game. So we got to short it up. Our kickers are working hard to rectify that. We're punting well, returning well, so we got to continue to be solid in the kick game and try to win that hidden yardage and gain momentum there and make a play to help our offense and our defense.
Definitely. Now, last week I know we were switching up quarterback looks and everything throughout the game, but Taco leading rusher last week. Are we going to expect to see a little bit more of him and his legs?
Yeah, they both have skill sets they could use to the table. Right. So that's trying to get a rhythm with our offense and get going and use all the people we have that can make plays and do things. So we will continue to use everyone that has the ability to help us, move the ball and put it in the end zone from that standpoint. So that's what we kind of been continue to work on and build on what we've done well and try to, emphasize that and then add some other, wrinkles as they fit into the game plan.
For sure. And let's stick with the offense for a little bit. You've got some top receivers in the conference and stats and everything and receiving yards per game. Kind of talk about how we're going to try to continue to hit them and keep them involved as much as possible in the offense to kind of put some points on the board.
Yeah, they're the three of them. I think right now are on pace. Timmy, Gabe, and Cohen. On pace to have 50 catches in a game. Mm-hmm. They're open on every pass game is really good there. The one thing though is we got to get the yards per catch up a little bit. So we're looking to try to be able to get the ball down the field. I think Timmy's like 12 yards, Gabe's like 11, Cohen's like around 7.5, 8. So we like to add a little bit more to that because it's kind of like going down the field methodically, and you got to be able to take some quick strikes in there. But the encouraging thing is, as we get the work to get things on track, is we have three guys that are hard to defend. So defensively, you want to take one away, there's two more other guys that have proven beyond a shot they can get open and catch the football. So we're happy with that, and then we are distributing it. Obviously, if we have three guys that are on pace to get over 50, we're finding ways to get the guys to the people that are open. We just need to do that, and then try to hit some shots down the field to one, make it easier, on our offense, and then just become a little bit more productive. And then again, you're hitting shots that loosens up the defense and makes it makes your day a little bit easier on the offensive side. But we're definitely happy with those three and their level of play. For
sure. Now let's switch gears to the defense a little bit. You've got three guys in the top 15 in the conference in tackles per game and 4 in the top 15 in tackles for loss. Specifically, Brendan Mozaleski just being a real beast out there. So kind of just talk about their defensive pressure and how they're going to continue.
Yeah, no one cares more. He's from Old Forge and they love football and
they sure
we always
do.
kid them. The kids from Old Forge, you're going to get a tough, hard-nosed, strong kid. I always joke that, they solve a math problem and they do a set of squats in the classroom because they know their way around the weight room. They're all physical specimens, and we're thrilled to have like a pipeline, with Old Forge. And Moses' motor never stops. He's a leader there, and he's improved greatly as a linebacker. He's as tough as they come. Our D-line is veteran and athletic, and they've done a good job of reestablishing line of scrimmage in the backfield, which makes easier for Mose and and Dylan White at the linebacker and Chuck and Colin Hazelton and Carcio and those guys to come and make the tackles in the plays from that standpoint. So they've been doing a really good job playing physical, playing fast, kind of playing with our scheme, at a good level. And then the one thing we just continue to work on is not kind of get low sleep and give up that big play.
Sure. And now we'll switch gears to our fun question of the week. It's September 30th. We made it through about a month of school. School's back in session. So looking back on your time in middle school and high school and elementary school and stuff, what was one of your favorite subjects and why?
Don't
say lunch.
No, it wasn't lunch, but I mean, I don't know, like when I was in like the middle school, I wasn't necessarily the greatest, student going, on in there. But besides phys ed, which I think every male that age likes gym. And when I was a little kid, our phys ed teacher ended up someone that I looked up to and everything. Wanted to help me steer to get into athletics. But then as I got older, did like a passion for the business, so I did enjoy like the accounting and the business law, and it was called consumer math at the time, which kind of was like life skills. How to balance a checkbook and things that from that standpoint. So I enjoyed those types of classes. When I was a student from that standpoint, and a little bit of the history more towards like the U.S. History. From there. Detested foreign language to the nth degree. Not a big science guy.
Sure.
Liked to read, but wasn't really good with like the adverbs and that kind of stuff. So,
oh yeah, adverbs. They get me every time, so don't worry.
Yeah. So, but so kind of the business core. But when I was in middle school, I pretty much hated everything. That was a problem. And then I kind of woke up and did much better in high school and everything from there. So.
Sure, the fun question of the day, turning into some important life lessons for all our viewers out there. So thank you, Coach, for sitting down and talk to us today. Jeff Knarr, Coach's Show, every Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. Good luck this weekend versus Alvernia, and we'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.